each and every one of our journeys look different. But doing this hurt me and helped me in many different ways. And if you do it and maybe you continue to do it, maybe it'll hurt you as well. I know for a while it held me back. That's what I had to realize very recently, actually. Right? So if you do this, maybe to help you out in certain ways, like I have before, like I did for a long time, you might need to take into consideration what's really going on. Okay? What I'm talking about is the act of beating ourselves up, having grief, having shame as an emotion, as a habitual emotion, a consistent emotion. You see, for so long, I utilized this emotion, this negative emotion, to what I thought was a productive end. You see? And it wasn't until the past few months that I realized that it was having a negative impact overall because of what it kept in my life, because of what remained consistently on the backside of it. It may have helped me in 2 or 3 other things, or doing one thing in particular when I used it, when I would beat myself up for a certain reason. But overall, it would tear me down. Overall, it was creating more of a negative feeling state that would consistently be produced. And we don't want to have anything like that. We never want to have a consistent negative feeling state. You see, because what we focus on expands. Right? But what I'm talking about, again, is beating ourselves up, beating ourselves down for committing some sort of act, for doing something in particular. You see, in my case, it was slacking on a workout, or slacking on missing a workout one day, or not working as hard at work. Right? Those are the 2 main reasons that I would do it to a productive end, I thought. Now, before this, again, I grew up with a lot of self-expression issues, and I would beat myself up about everything. I would constantly criticize myself. I was very self-conscious. I thought everybody had something to say about me. I thought everybody had a negative feeling of me, a negative impression. And I was creating that for myself. I had a negative manifestation for sure. So through my process of self-actualization and realization, I came to know myself and realized that I was doing this to myself, that I was this negative self-talk was persisting because of my thoughts. It was staying in my life because I continued to allow it to be. Right? And so I began to remove it. I began to get rid of it. I began to say, hey, you know what? Why am I thinking that way? In that certain moment, I would reflect and I would analyze and I would look at the reality of the situation to see if it was rightful at all. And you see, when you start out in this position, you say, yeah, it's rightful. Yeah, I should beat myself up. I sucked. I was terrible at that. That was terrible. Da-da-da-da-da-da. All this negative shit you allow to fester about yourself, about the way you did something, about the way you acted, the way you've seen something, the way someone saw you. And it's this negative chatterbox that just won't shut up. Well, over time, if you work on it, you can shut that motherfucker up more and more and more. And actually, I'm sorry, it's not about shutting him up. It's about helping him see the light. It's helping them. It's transforming them into a positive chatterbox. Something that's always saying something good, or at least something neutral, right? And if it's something good, even better, something grateful. But through my process, I began to eliminate it. I worked it down. I cut it down. I cut it down. I cut it down. I did more things that got me out of my comfort zone, that allowed me to really see my true power and potential, and gave me more reasons to believe in myself. But you can do it without that too. You can do it by simply changing that state consistently without doing anything extraordinary. But, you know, why not? Why not do both and do great things for yourself and the world and your family, right? But my point is like I said, I continued to move it down until the past year or so, probably. I got to a point where I was like, okay, yeah, subconsciously, I thought to myself, I got this sense of ego. My ego started playing into the picture, and it said, hey, you've came a long way, man. You're doing so much better than where you were. You're good, man. You're good. Great job. And I took my foot off the gas pedal as far as breaking down my negative self-talk. I said, you know what, self-talk's got, negative self-talk's gone. I don't have any of that anymore. Without really thinking about it, without really taking time to really see if it was like a subconscious thing. Along with the idea that I had developed myself in so many ways, I thought, okay, yeah, I don't need to continue to remove negative self-talk, right? And I would, even though it was blatantly obvious that it was still present in certain areas of my life, as far as utilizing it, so to say. Again, I would use it to, when I would miss a workout, I would say, what the hell, what are you doing? Why'd you miss a workout? Da, 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 da. You're going to be fat. You're going to be lazy. You're going to be, same thing with work. Oh, you're being lazy. You're being this. You're being that. Well, the realization that I've had the past few months is that that was still negative self-talk. And what would happen is that it would still bubble over into the other areas of my life. I would realize that when I was making phone calls for work, I would have a lot of negative things to say about a certain way I did something. And it would be a waste of energy, right? Or I would miss a workout or not work out as hard on one day, and I would give myself so much hell for it. I would beat myself up as if I'm supposed to be perfect in every single way every single day. No, man, it's all good either way. You're focused on yourself, focused on your family, focused on the right things. You're in alignment. One day at a time, man. Be grateful for it all. Be grateful for the setbacks, because that gives you another chance to push up. It gives you another chance to grow and learn. Right? But it took me time to reflect on it and realize that, hey, I don't need to beat myself up. It took someone asking the right question that I could have asked myself as well about that negative self-talk, and if it was really even giving me any sort of positive benefit whatsoever. And it wasn't. This will probably be a series that I make much more videos on, again, because I have a lot of experience on it. But I hope this video helped you out today. I hope that it makes you reconsider whether your negative self-talk has ever a real positive presence in your life, if it's consistent. Because I promise you, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's going to bubble over into something else, and it's going to continue to harm you and tear you down in a way that doesn't help a damn thing. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Let's get it.